All right, folks, the Week 15 day games are in the books. We got 3 more games this week, including an enormous one tonight between the Packers and Seahawks in Seattle. Can't wait for that one. It's about to kick off behind me, but kind of a mediocre day of football given the huge matchups coming in. And I'm going to start with this, the Bills versus the Lions. I took the Lions minus 2.5. And after the first 5 minutes of the game, I never felt like the Lions had a chance to win that game. Josh Allen, the past 2 games, is playing as good as you can possibly play. Over the past 2 games, he has 5 passing touchdowns and 5 rushing touchdowns. I still do have a few concerns about their defense. They have a lot of injuries on defense. The Rams, towards the end of the game, they put up over 500 yards offense, so they're really moving the ball up and down. But the Bills get an enormous win. And for the Lions, this puts you a little bit of risk here because now you're sitting with 2 losses. You're tied with the Eagles, even though you do have the tiebreaker over the Eagles. But you're tied with the Vikings right now, and you play the Vikings Week 18. And if the Vikings can win the next 3 games going into that game, the loser of it is going to be playing a first-round road game rather than possibly having a first-round bye. So the Lions have played great all year, but again, I never felt like that game was really in doubt. I felt like the score was really close, but for the first 3 quarters, I felt like the Lions were really overmatched. And I think they are hitting the point of no returns on defense. They have a ton of injuries. They lost 2 more starters. And one time during the game, Tony Romo even said, they're running out of people to even put out there. So we'll see how they can bounce, if they can bounce back next week against the Bears, but a great win for the Bills on the road. Number 2. The Eagles get a huge win versus Steelers today, and I praised Russell Wilson's before this week, and he was pretty average today. He did not really do much of anything. On the other hand, I thought Jalen Hurts, this was his best game he had all season. Saquon Barkley was in and out the whole game with an injury, so they didn't get what they normally get out of him, and I just thought Jalen Hurts was really good. And right now, I think they're right neck and neck with the Lions for the best team in the NFC, and I think they have as good a chance as anyone as winning it. So we'll see how that continues to play out. Number 3, Baker Mayfield. Right now, he has the Bucs in the playoffs. I think they are going to win the NFC South, and Baker was awesome today. 22 of 27, 288 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. And if you look at him right now, you don't think of Baker as a top 10 quarterback, but there are a lot of guys in the league where I'd much rather have him than them. I watched Purdy the other night. I think I'd rather have Baker. I watched Tua today. He choked their season away today. I'd rather have Baker than him. He is playing extremely well, and he's not going to win the MVP because Josh Allen is going to win it. Lamar's ahead of him, but he's a top 5 MVP candidate right now, and he is playing really well. He has the Bucs in the playoffs, and in a very, what I would call average NFC outside of 1 or 2 teams, I could see them winning a first-round playoff game. Number 4, the Chiefs. The Chiefs win today 21-7, but I'm starting to wonder if the Chiefs are going to be the first team to actively rest starters, do an NBA type of load management type thing over the next 10 days here. So they have the Texans on Saturday, and then they have the Steelers on the following Wednesday, on Christmas Day. Mahomes got banged up today. Kelsey went off limping at one point today. They are really banged up on defense. They need 2 more wins to get the 1 seed. I really wonder if they are going to rest some of their starters here one of these 2 next games, either being Saturday or Wednesday. It's something I think definitely worth consideration. I would not be surprised at all if Mahomes does not play on Saturday, especially the way he was limping. But this is a team that's really banged up, and with 2 games in the span of 5 days, I would really expect them to rest some starters here and play for the number 1 seed one of those 2 games. And then the last one, the Broncos basically lock up a playoff spot today, despite Bo Nix throwing 3 interceptions. 2 of them were absolutely terrible. And this is quite the turnaround for Sean Payton and the Broncos. Right now, he has them in the playoffs. They've played the Chiefs really tough twice. And they got a lot of skill and talent on their team today. And they made Anthony Richardson look really bad a couple times today. So really good for them making the playoffs here, especially with a rookie quarterback. It's very impressive. But that's what I had in Week 15. Can't wait to watch the Seahawks-Packers tonight. And then we have 2 Monday Night Football games tomorrow. All right.